Hey. You know what day it is. What day is it? It's Tuesday Tea with D. Come on, Tuesday Tea with D. Come on, Tuesday Tea with D. Come on, Tuesday Tea with D. It's Tuesday Tea with D. You know, Tuesday Tea with D. Come on, Tuesday Tea with D. Come on, Tuesday Tea with D. Tuesday Tea with D. Tuesday Tea with D. Hey boo, hey, it's your girl, Detra Trueheart, your life purpose generator, your personal personal life coach, here with another weekly dose and weekly serving of Tuesday Tea with D. Can you see this? Can you check this out? Look at that. Listen, I think we are officially official. I think the next thing we're going to need is maybe like some merch. So I might have like a t-shirt or a hoodie on that says Tuesday Tea with D. But other than that, okay. So super excited. Happy July. Happy second half of 2023. Happy good tea. I am drinking my infamous elderberry fortress tea. I was in Savannah for my family reunion and I got some more tea. And instead of getting one packet, I got two of this. I got the pomegranate and I can't remember the other one that I got, but honey, so good. I'm so excited to be drinking this tea. And then in addition to the honey that I have in here, I actually have a ginger honey. I also they have flavored sugars, y'all. And I don't ever put sugar. Like, it's been a long time since I put sugar in my tea, but they had this tea called lemon sugar. They had another tea called, not tea, it's a sugar called lemon sugar. They had a mango, they have all kinds, but the three that I got was, because with the teas that I bought, I got 3 free sugars. So I got a lemon sugar, a mango sugar, and a peach on the beach sugar honey. So good. And so I don't even have my lemon in this tea. I have the lemon sugar. It's so good. Like, I'm not going to rub it in, but it's so good. I had some yesterday for church and I was like, let me just try and see what it tastes like. Honey, like, I'm going to need to figure out how to get some more of this lemon sugar because it's so good. So at any rate, this week, we're going to do a mid-year check-in. And one of the things I also want to do is, I think every quarter I'm going to take a week off so that I can recalibrate. And I may even take more than 1 week off, but I want to be able to do, every 90 days, take maybe 1 or 2 weeks off to recalibrate, figure out what kind of content I want to share for that next quarter. And just to rest. Can we say rest? R-E-S-T, rest, child. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I took last week off. I was traveling and I was just exhausted from traveling. I had some extended travel, which was unplanned, and I was tired. And I said, you know what? I can rest today. And I did. But doing that, I think I decided that I want to give myself a time and a chance to rest in between, like, quarters, right? Tuesday Tea with D quarters or seasons or whatever you want to call them. So I think I'm going to start doing that. But with that being said, this week we're going to just talk a little bit about reflection. The conversation may not be as long as it normally is, but I really want you to take some time to really think about, and I want to put in here just to make sure that I am pulling up, let me see here, my questions. So every month in my free Facebook group called the iSpeakLife Society, if you're not a part of it, you should be. But every week every month, I should say, I share a monthly post around reflection questions. And what I will say is, before I even do that, because and maybe I'll take a break, but I want to talk about this week's sponsors and who is sponsoring this week's Tuesday Tea with D. And it is the infamous iSpeakLifeLive empowerment experience for women. And so I'm going to pull this up and then I'll talk a little bit about it a little bit later. I'm going to put this here just so you can see this off to the side. I always get it wrong right here. It's happening December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. If you are on my email list, if you're part of any of my paid communities, so my incubator, my iSpeakLife, my iSpeakLife Inner Circle, if you are a part of if you're part, like, my private coaching clients, then you already got access to the link, right? And so you're already in. But if you are not and you're a part of my email list, the next like batch of people who are going to get access to iSpeakLifeLive is going to be my email list and my text list. And so I'm going to put this up really quickly. I'm going to talk about it some more a little bit later, but I'm going to put this up. Text iSpeakLifeLive to 833-447-0492 to get on my text messaging list, specifically the iSpeakLifeLive waitlist, so that when I release the link for registration, early bird registration, you can be one of the first to get it. It will not go to the public. It will go to, and I probably will release it to my private Facebook group as well, in addition to my email. But all of my private communities are going to get access before I put it out to the public. And so if you are not a part of any of that, make sure you're a part of my email list, my text message list. Make sure you are a part of my free Facebook group, because those are the people who are going to get access to it first. Okay. So I am going to go back to our conversation around our mid-year check-in. And so as I was stating, every month I share it specifically in my Facebook group, and I think I'm going to start sharing it with my email list as well. And it really is just taking some time to reflect on your month, right? And so some of the questions are: what worked, what didn't work, why did it work, why didn't it work, what do you need to keep doing, what do you need to stop doing, what do you need to tweak, what and who do you need to let go of. Now, if you're part of my inner circle, you know we do this every month with our co-working session, but you get to do it with me. You get to ask questions. There's a certain component of access with me that you get that you don't get in the I Speak Life Society, where you get the questions, but you got to do them on your own, right? And so I have been intentional about these next 6 months, where I actually, in addition to, I have 2 planners this year. I normally only have one. I have my Passion Planner, which I really, really, really love. And I've been using Passion Planner. I don't even know how long I've been using Passion Planner. Literally, since I found out about it, it has been at least 4 or 5 years that I've been using the Passion Planner. But I found a new planner that I think I'm starting to love, and it gives me just a little bit more flexibility with some things that I want to do. It is called the Fresh Start Daily Goal Planner. And so I'm not going to, and I told my inner circle, I'm not going to add the link just yet, because I need to make sure I love it and make sure it's doing what I want it to do before I share it with the community and share links. But it gives me a little bit more flexibility on what I need to be doing daily, and also just even on some of my goal setting and some of my personal priorities. And so I'm using them simultaneously. And so with my planners, for me, I am really getting specific. There's some things that I really want to do this last half of the year that I feel like I've started working on it in the first half of the year. But I really feel like, okay, I'm starting to get my mojo back. I'm starting to like feel like, okay, this can happen. And it's a big goal. And so I wanted to do this mid-year check-in because I want you to kind of look at where you were from January to June. And I also want you to take some time to think about where you want to be from July to December. And if there are, you might have to make some tweaks, right? You may have to change some things around. You might have to change some people, places, and things. Like, there are some things that you may need to change in order to accomplish the goal that you want to accomplish from July to December. And so this is the Fresh Start Planner, is a 90-day planner. And so I bought 2 of these because I am intentional with making sure that my goals are accomplished by the time I hit December 31. And so I want to ask you some questions, and I want you to really think about, what do you want these next 6 months to look like for you? If there's one thing, right? One thing that by the time this year closes out, that you can say, I'm so glad I stuck with it. I'm so glad I did the work. And literally, yes, we're celebrating that we made it to the end of the year. Yes, we're celebrating that we're going into a new year. But if there's one thing that you're like, if I could just focus on this one thing, and not that it would change my whole entire life or anything, but that I could feel you know what, I did that, right? Because we have a whole bunch of stuff that we're doing, but there's 1 or 2 things that you're okay, this would totally be a game changer. And not only would it be a game changer, but it will show that I can actually be consistent for 6 months in a thing. Yes, I said it. Cause we wishy-washy, child. We be in, we be out, we be up, we be down, life be happening, the people be people and all the things. And for whatever reason, we get on track and off track, right? And so I'm happy to say that I'm still on track with my daily walking. I don't know. I believe I've been telling y'all about this. And so I've been walking Monday through Friday, every single morning, minimum of 30 minutes. I've added jump roping for a minute, 2 minutes, but a minute at a time. And the next thing that I want to add consistently is planking, because honey, I'm trying to bring this belly into alignment with my goals, right? And with my clothes. Okay. But I have been consistent with that. And the one thing that I'm really proud of with myself specifically is, like, last week I missed 3 days. And I was kind of bummed about it, but Monday we were still traveling. There was not really a way for me to even make that happen. Tuesday, I was so exhausted. It was like, bruh, this is not happening. We're not doing this. And then Wednesday, I was able to get it done. Thursday, I can't remember what happened. I was like, just like blah. And I said, we getting our butt up on Friday. And so I got up on Friday and I walked. And so I walked 2 out of the 5 days last week. But I'm proud of myself because I kept going, and even more proud of myself that I woke up this morning and said, okay, we getting back on track. I didn't let that stop me. And can I just tell you that there would have been a day where I'm like, child, it's raining outside. I'm good. And so, like, I'm excited that, like, one of the things is I want to be able to see if I can continue this specific task all the way through to December 31. Like, and obviously there will maybe some days, like if I'm on vacation, like I may, as they call them, cheat days, where I may or may not, I'm not sure. But like, I feel like even if I am on vacation or somewhere and it's a Monday through Friday, like I still want to find a way to move my body for 30 minutes, even if it's dancing, right? Just like doing something to move my body for 30 minutes, because I'm committed to that. Like, that's what they say, is our bodies need to be moving for at least 30 minutes a day. Now, those of y'all who be out here doing it for, 3, 4, 5, 8 hours, more power to you. My goal right now is the consistency of 30 minutes of walking a day, period. So what is it, right, that you want to accomplish by the end of the year, right? What's working? Like, if something is really working, stick with it. What's not working, right? What is something that maybe you want to do? Like, I know for me, I want to include more girlfriend time. I'm a workaholic and I enjoy what I do, but I have like these two. I've noticed that I have two big extremes. I'm rest and work, and I want to be able to have something in between. Like, for me, I don't have any issues with resting. But I really want to do better at seeing my friends, spending time with my friends, hanging out with my friends. And life has always just kind of been busy or all over the place, that I have not made that a priority. And so for the next 6 months, I want to do more of that, right? And so what are some things that, like, you can think of that you're like, I've done some of that, but I want to do more of it. I haven't done it at all, and I want to do it, or I want to keep doing it. The other thing is I really, in this mid-year check-in, I really want you to check in with God and ask him what your focus needs to be for these next 6 months. Because what I'm finding is a lot of time, the reason why we find ourselves in hiccups and involved in things, or things not happening exactly the way we want them to happen to, is because we didn't consult with God to make sure that he was even on board with it, or even if it was something that we should be doing. And so sometimes we sign up for stuff that we have no business signing up for. We partner and collaborate in things that we have no business partnering and collaborating in. Basically, we co-sign and say yes to things that we should not be saying yes to. And y'all know I'm a big proponent of saying no, but I'm also a big proponent of saying yes. And the reason I'm a big proponent of saying no is so that you have room to breathe, to say yes to things. But a lot of times we're saying yes to all the wrong things, that when an opportunity really comes up that we should be able to participate in, we can't, because either we don't have the money, we don't have the time, or we don't have the energy. Like, we've given it all out. And I don't want you to do that. So I'd love for you to take some time with God this week and reflect on January through June. But I'd love for you to talk to him about July through December and say, okay, I don't know that you and I have really had consistent conversation about what it is exactly that I'm supposed to be doing. I think a lot of times and I shared this on one of my social media pages not too long ago, that I think sometimes we think God is the sidekick, and God is not the sidekick. Like, we are not going to God, asking him to co-sign what we have already agreed to. It really is, we should be taking it to him so that he can give us the go ahead before we agree to anything. And we don't do that, right? We're technically the sidekicks. You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't necessarily need us for anything, but he includes us, right? So that he can get the glory and so that people can learn more about him and they can come to know him and come into fellowship with him, right? And so I think we forget, like, oh yeah, God, by the way, right? It's kind of like you mentioned, oh yeah, by the way, and it's like, child, now you know that that's not gonna work. You know that I didn't even tell you to do that, and you already up to your chin in this, and this. Why did you sign up for another thing? All right, so I think that's all it. Like, that's it. I just wanted to share some things for you to think about for this week as you think about the second half of 2023. Right? Think about what worked, what didn't work. Why did it work? Why didn't it work? What do you need to keep doing? What do you need to stop doing? Are there some people that you need in order to help you? Like, do you need a coach to hold you accountable, to ask you the hard questions, to hold space for you? Do you need to sign up for a course? Do you, like, what is it that you need to do in this space, right? Do you need to, what is it that you need to stop doing, right? There's some people you need to release, right? And so, and I asked some of those questions, and so I won't go through all of them. But even like, what would it look like, right? What does this new chapter look like? What do you want July to look like? Like, what do you want the second half of the year to look like? What will each daily life page say? Will you let life happen, or will you happen to life? What would you like to accomplish? I shared that already. What will it take to make it happen? What action steps will you put into action today? Right. And so you definitely want to take some time to map that out. If you are not taking time to reflect, that may be why you're stressed, you're overwhelmed, overcommitted, because you really have not taken time to just process and to think about, for one, what you want to accomplish and what you want it to look like, but then taking some time to think about what is it going to take in order to accomplish that. And then taking some time to think about, is where I am real? Is it realistic for me to even try that? Or if it's not, what changes need to be made in order for me to make X, Y, and Z happen? Okay. All right. So, if you have questions, let me know. But again, this is really just about you taking time to reflect on first half of the year and then on the second half of the year, and really thinking about at the end of the year, like, what would really, like, make me light up? And is it something, and sometimes it may not be something that you can actually accomplish in 6 months, but what can you accomplish in 6 months that you're like, man, like, I feel like this would really, like, make it all worth it. Like, all that I've been through, it would make it worth it. And so I think for me, there are a couple of things, but I really am committed to moving my body and taking better care of myself. So I have you all on this journey. I'll be keeping y'all posted. Let me just tell y'all, the real test is not going to be summer. It's going to be fall. As we transition into fall around like October, November, when it starts to get chilly, honey, y'all better be asking, child, you getting your butt up out there? You going to walk? And so, like, today, I'm grateful because I have a plan B. So I normally walk at one of the local parks. But my plan B is I walk the mall. And so the good thing is like, once my son starts back to school in September, when I drop him off, I can go right to the mall. Like, it's like right on the way. And so I kind of feel good about already having a plan B in line, so that when it gets cold, because if it gets cold, honey, I'm not getting out the bed, and I'm not going nowhere. Can I just tell you, I'm really not. But knowing that I already have something to do and I'm doing it while it's warm is really, really, really helpful. Oh, the other thing that I want to share before I share a little bit about iSpeakLifeLive is the one thing that I do love about this daily planner is it is helping me to track my my daily habits, right? And so it's a weekly refresh. And there's a part here that says habits to 10. Choose a few daily rhythms that move you toward where you want to be. then schedule them on your daily pages. And so right now, I mean, I have a couple of things, but the things that I'm really trying to be consistent at is my daily walk, reading 15 minutes of a specific book that I'm reading. I listen to audiobooks all the time. My prayer, my Bible study. Now, y'all know, child, I'm a read and study, but really making sure that I'm intentional about that every single day, and drinking water. So those are the 4 things, well, specifically that I really want to do every day this week, right? And so there's a piece here where you can like check it off. And so I'm loving it. And it's, and it caught, and here's the thing that I love about this. You may need to get something that you can write down, right? Because it causes you to slow down and think. And some of you, whoever I'm talking to, you maybe, some of the people in my tribe, I ain't gonna call you out, you need to slow down and give yourself a chance to think and to process. You know what I'm saying? And really, like, what lights me up? What makes me happy? What do I really want to experience? And like, and what are the things that are within, let's just say, my budget right now, my time, my energy? Like, what are the things that I can do right now? Like, for example, maybe that don't cost money, that could really like light me up over the next like 30 days. And then make a decision to do it every single day, right? Or once a week. All right. So let's talk a little bit about iSpeakLifeLive, my empowerment experience for women, happening December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of 2023. And I'm super excited about this because this is my transformational, spirit-led experience designed for the high-achieving, purpose-driven, faith-filled woman who constantly pours out but never takes time to allow herself to be poured back into. And I think this is important because as women who are high achievers, who are high performers, who are the do it women, the get things done women, a lot of times we really don't take time out in the way that we should to allow ourselves to be poured back into. And I think it is really important that you make time to come to this event, because this really is the event where you get a chance to focus on you. And I'm talking about the woman, right? Not just the CEO, the manager, the leader, the executive, the entrepreneur, the mom, the wife, the stay-at-home mom, like whatever your role is, the only person that I'm going to be speaking to in that room December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd is who you are as a woman, and refilling your tank as a woman so that you can literally go back out and do what you do, because that's who you are, right? It's interesting because I know that God has called me to hold capacity for women. And I think a lot of people wonder how I'm able to maintain a lot of the stuff that I go through or work through, is because I'm built for it. And I'm built for it because I know who I'm called to. I'm built for the woman who holds capacity for other people, right? And so while you're continuously pouring out, I take these 6 months, listen, to get big and fat, right? So that I can pour back out into you December 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and give you really part of what you are not able to give yourself, to speak to you directly from God on what he wants you to hear and how he wants you to show up, and to confirm some things, to affirm some things, to remind you of some things, to position you for some things. And so it's really going to be an exciting time. And so if you are thinking about registering, I really would love for you to get on the wait list. Text iSpeakLifeLive to 833-447-0492 to get on the text list. And I think it'll also ask you to get on the email list as well. But enrollment is going to be opening up extremely, extremely, extremely soon. And I would love to have your face in the place. And I am excited because I am dreaming really big for this year and believing that there are going to be a lot of women in that room, and that God is really going to show up and give each and every one of the women who are there exactly what they need. And it's crazy because last year, every single woman basically said that. They were like, every single one of us got what we needed, and it was something different. And that's how amazing God is, right? So at any rate, you'll hear me talk more about this over the weeks and over the months as we lead up to iSpeakLifeLive 2023. But this is your personal invitation to join us. This is your personal invitation to make plans to be there. And here's the thing, even if you're in the local Western New York area, I was explaining this to one of my private coaching clients, and she was saying how she's like, oh, it's in New York. She was like, it's in Niagara Falls. And I said, yeah. And she was unsure about whether or not she'd be able to travel. And I'm like, well, why not just stay overnight? Like, make this your time for you. Like, yes, it's 15 minutes away, but we know how it is when you're getting up in the morning and trying to get all the people and sometimes even get yourself ready. There's so many different things that you're looking at and you're distracted by it. But like, what if you didn't have any of those distractions? You had a room for yourself, right? Or your roomie, right? You can room by yourself or with someone else. And we have negotiated a really great rate. But what if you had that time not only to experience it with your iSpeakLife sisters, but you also have an opportunity just to not look around and see all the things that you have to do, but really position yourself to really focus on you, because that's what the event is created for. So I'd love for you again to be in the room. I can't wait to see your face and hug your neck. And again, make sure you get on the text waiting list so that when the notification goes out, you are one of the first to get yourself registered and plan to join me, because I also have some stuff planned throughout the year to connect with the ladies who are registered. So I'm really excited about that. So thank you, iSpeakLifeLive 2023, for being the sponsor of this week's Tuesday Tea with D. So with that being stated, and that being said, make sure you go and do your reflection this week, your 6-month reflection from January to June, and then your 6-month reflection from July to December. And I'd love to hear in the comments after you've done it, or even in the process of it, how things are going, what has come up for you, what is God saying to you about these next 6 months, what has God spoken to you these last 6 months. And here's the other thing. Oh, goodness. I would challenge you to go back and think about, I need to take a drink. My sinuses, y'all. Think about the things that maybe God has spoken to you about that you didn't do, and take some time to ask him, do you still need to do it? Because he may have found somebody else to do it, child. I was like, get somebody else to do it. He may have done that. But ask him, okay, Lord, what are the things that I didn't do that I still need to do? Because, we'll pile things up. Focus on that. And then ask him, okay, is there anything else? I know I should have said that in the beginning, but it just hit me. All right. So have an amazing day, and depending upon when you are watching this is the day before July 4th of 2023. And so tomorrow is Independence Day. If you're Black American or African American, we also celebrate Juneteenth as our Independence Day, our Freedom Day. But if you're celebrating July 4th tomorrow, make sure you take some time to even just think about what freedom means to you, and how you want freedom to show up in your life, right? And if you remember 2 weeks ago, I had on my girl Nicole Douglas's shirt, Freedom Equals. What does freedom equal to you? Like, I'm gonna give you that last assignment. Y'all know, as a coach, I give all the assignments out, but take some time tomorrow to really think about what freedom equals to you and how you can live that out over these next 6 months. Okay. So with that being said, I will see you next time on Tuesday Tea with D. Tuesday Tea with D. Tuesday Tea with D. Tuesday Tea with D.